What's up, guys? This is the BoardGameRoamer, and I am here with an unboxing of Founders of Gloomhaven. I just recently acquired this. I do actually own Gloomhaven. I've played it a couple times. Haven't had as much time as I'd like to devote to it to really start going through it to do the campaign or anything like that. I've played it a couple times with just a randomized dungeon. Still learning it. So when I saw this, I remember when this came out, I was kind of curious about it, but I was like, I don't know. So I decided to wait. And recently, like, a while back, I got Lisboa. It's been a long time now, probably. And what else? I can't remember the other one that I got. But anyway, Lisboa was probably the biggest one that I'm thinking of. Gaia Project, more recent. But they're really, really heavy Euros. And I like Euro style games, but I've never played any that were just like super, super, super difficult, right? That they were very, very, very involved. And I had Lisboa and I had Gaia Project, and I was like, I don't know. So I pulled out Gaia Project and finally played it, and Lisboa played it the other day with a friend of mine, and really, really enjoyed it. Finally got it. I mean, it took a while to really understand it, but once I got to playing it, I was like, this is awesome. So I decided to go ahead because Gloomhaven very much intrigues me, and go ahead and get this just to be kind of have some more stuff in that universe, which I thought was pretty cool. So this is called Founders of Gloomhaven. Hopefully, everybody understands this is not any sort of addition, expansion, or anything like that to Gloomhaven. It is set in the same universe of Gloomhaven. It is about the founding of the city of Gloomhaven, but it bears absolutely no gameplay elements for the Gloomhaven the game, and Gloomhaven does not have anything to do, no kind of interaction with this either. These are literally two completely separate standalone games. So I just want to make sure that I make that clear. We'll look on the back. So basically, what happens is you have several different races. Your race will have some buildings they can do, some things that they can do, resources that they can potentially control, and you're going to be building the city, building by building, street by street, one tile at a time, right? So it's really kind of a tile laying game with some asymmetric player powers. And you've got some cards that are going to help you do that you can use to do some special things. So let's take a look at the box course. And I guess this is just something that I always say this wrong. Cephalofair games must do. They like the shiny boxes because Gloomhaven was like super shiny. Founders of Gloomhaven, also shiny. And it's a pretty heavy box. Couldn't tell you what it was pound wise, but it's a pretty heavy box. So there we go. So we've got, of course, the rule book. Let's see here. Pretty short rule book, actually. Kind of surprised. 19 pages long, with some explaining the cards, the actions. Pretty cool. I've watched a couple of playthrough. Well, not watched a couple of playthroughs. Sorry, I've watched. Tried to watch a couple and not made it through them just for time reasons. Rules videos, and it seems like I think once you got in and played, it's kind of like Lisboa. I watched a couple of rule videos and I was like, man, I just do not understand this. But then once I got to playing, I was able to read this. I would suggest that you read through this probably, and go here to Cephalofair's website and watch their videos. Okay, just to make it more. That's what I'm looking for. Just give yourself the best chance. All right, and I think once you go to multiple sources, you'll really be able to tell. So, of course, at the top is the game board. Let's scoot this to the side so we can take a look at that because I'm curious exactly how big the game board actually is. So it's not really that big. Now the interesting thing is that there's apparently two sides, and I honestly don't remember which side is which. Oh, so there's like kind of like a standard. I think like this is maybe the standards layout where you kind of have three very distinct sections. Like this is a section, this is central section, and another section. And the way your placement goes, and I think you can see it with the numbers. Like, well, no, I don't know. Anyway, the way that some of your building placement goes is you can only place one building of a building type in a section. So this becomes important to make that distinction, right? And then the other side, if I remember correctly, is kind of a it's kind of split out in three, so you kind of have three equal regions, so it's a little bit more symmetrical. Probably, I would say, I don't know. I would say most likely easier for you to play because every area is the same, with the other side being a bit more complicated, but a little bit more, variability and obviously replayability. So everything I've seen did not use this symmetric side. Everything I've watched, at least to this point, has been that side, the normal side. So of course we have tons of cardboard, lots and lots of tiles. There's some money tokens there. Lots and lots of tiles. Looks like 12 boards worth of tiles is what it's, oh, sorry, not 12, 6. Alright, so lots and lots and lots of tiles. And then you've got your player boards. So here's your player boards. Alright, and again, certain races have some restrictions on what resources they can have, and things that they can do with their workers and such. And these are double-sided, so I believe these, well, I say that, I believe these are double-sided. Yeah, I'm pretty sure these are double-sided. So you've got all those. And then, of course, you've got about 1 million markers. So these markers are resources, right, to mark resources in the player colors that you use, ownership markers, and then you've got, of course, your workers for your different players, player colors, and it looks like first player marker, etc. Lots of little baggies for those, of course. You're going to need those for sure. These are gems for influence, so different influences. You've got the clear ones are basically what happens is as you play, you're going to get to a point where you vote on a monument, and you're going to use your cards and your influence, including this influence. The white being something that just lasts through that voting. The red, when you get it, you keep it and you can use it at any time. The white goes away if you haven't used it. So obviously you're probably always going to use it when you haven't. Then you've got some cards, the building guide that shows you kind of the different types of buildings and their requisites. Let me go back here for a second. So this is basically the large version of that. So you have, for example, this building type and this building type can be used to create this building type. And then, for example, this building, this pink building, and this one can create this one. So this is kind of like your tech tree, just so that you can keep up with what tier does what for planning purposes, which I think is pretty cool. And then you have a whole bunch of cards. Okay, so I won't show you those because that may be spoilerish. So you've got these different taskmasters. They give you kind of like stronger versions of what you're doing. Then you have these monuments, I guess you would call them, these big buildings. And this is kind of like what is going to trigger the end game. And then, of course, you have your card where you're playing your action. And then you're going to use one of those actions to vote, which is where you're going to determine which one of these buildings, right, to build, is basically what happens. So that's actually, I'm really kind of surprised. I felt like there would be, I mean, there's a lot of individual components, guys. That's freaking ridiculous right there. Then I'll have them individually bagged for the colors, which I'll do that. But there you go. That is Founders of Gloomhaven. And since this is got a solo version, I'll probably end up playing that before I play multiple players. But we'll see. But I'm looking forward to this. I think this is going to be a lot of fun. It's definitely going to be challenging, but that's okay. I'm okay with that. I will enjoy it, and I hope you enjoyed this. Definitely check out Gloomhaven. Check out Founders of Gloomhaven if you're interested in that, and see if it's something you may like. And I'll get like I said, I'll get a playthrough here going so you can see how that plays. See if it's something that interests you. So thank you guys for watching. Thank you guys for subscribing. I'm the Board Game Roamer. I appreciate your views. I appreciate your thumbs up. Appreciate your comments. Let me know what you think. And I will see you, ladies and gentlemen, in the next video. Bye, guys.